everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Hilam. Today I'm going to show you 3 thrift flip ideas. First of all, I will start with this old clothing. I bought this in Japan a few years ago. Although this is not from a second-hand store, I rarely wear it because the fitting is a bit bad on me. So that's why I decided to rejuvenate this clothing. I don't know why I'm grabbing my boobs. Anyhow, I use chalk marker to draw a line where I want to crop. I don't think you need to draw a straight line because I don't think anyone cares, and I'm not gonna sew a straight line or gonna cut a straight line anyway. Another piece is this beautiful denim mermaid maxi skirt. I think it was made for low waist, but I'm short, so I'm gonna try as high waist. What I'm gonna order for this dress is that the waist is too wide for me, so it's not giving. Anyhow, I don't know why I look so bloated on that day, probably because I ate a lot. Okay, the last piece is this worn out pink sweater. This is where the pain begins. You will see. Here's how it looks like before. Nothing extraordinary, super basic, and I don't do basic. Here's the sewing machine that I use. And moving on to the sewing part. What I did for this sweater, I first used pins to mark the length and the position that I want to sew. It's very important to flip it inside out when you sew it. Note that you need to put the needle very close to the edge of the band because it can create the illusion that it was originally cropped. You will see it later on. Anyhow, it's a bit difficult to explain, but yeah, you can see from the footage. After that, you can use scissors to cut out excessive fabric. I don't know what's wrong with my pears, they are a bit dull. So it took me a while to cut my fabric. And I'm not gonna lie, my hands were quite sore at that time. And it's just really painful for my hands. And as you can see, it's not even straight. Anyhow, this is how it looks like after the altering. So I kind of flipped the band and it remained the style of the sweater, but in a crop version. Moving on to the skirt part is rather simple. I decreased the waist on both sides of the skirt so the indent of both sides would look less dense. However, this was an accident that I accidentally broke my needles because I sewed on the metal label. And luckily I got spares and I checked the menu, and the takeaway story here is that there's no takeaway story. Just read the sewing machine instruction menu to fix the needle. Here is the final review. I technically created this video for weeks because I am lazy, but all I know, I'm very proud given I have only 3 days of sewing experience. Wait a minute, you may ask, where is the third piece? Turns out I didn't shoot the last piece because I was exhausted from making that pieces. Here's all the handwritten instruction for how I make it to the last stop because I think drawing explains better than what I went through with the last piece. I basically cut out a big hole for the front and the back part and sewed 2 pieces together to make it as a mini top. The remaining part would be my another top. And fun fact, do you know that Coquette originally means a girl or woman who knows how to flatter and manipulate men with her charms in order to get what she wants? Anyhow, this is the final look. Honestly, I really like the top piece better than the bottom piece. Thanks for watching.